Welcome back to our channel Rare Coins Hub. In today's video, we're going to explore something really interesting and exciting. Stay with us and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get started. In 1960, the United States was a nation in the midst of dramatic social, cultural, and political change. The echoes of the post-World War II era were still resonating, as the country adjusted to the realities of the Cold War. The civil rights movement was gaining momentum, and the landscape of American society was evolving rapidly. It was a time of growth and turbulence, as people everywhere began to seek progress in a world that felt both uncertain and promising at the same time. Yet, amid all the turmoil and transformation, one thing remained unchanged: the trusted, familiar coinage that people used every day. The dime, a 10-cent coin that had been in circulation since the late 18th century, was a staple of the American economy. However, as with all things in life, change was inevitable. The 1961 dime coin, while appearing at first glance to be just another mundane piece of currency, would go on to become something far more significant. This coin, though often overlooked in casual exchanges, would eventually capture the attention of collectors and investors alike, all thanks to a combination of historical circumstances, subtle design changes, and a rare, unique feature that would make the 1960 dime a highly prized treasure. The story of the 1961 dime coin starts, as most stories of American coins do, with its design. The design of the dime, like many U.S. coins, has gone through various changes over the years to reflect the national sentiment of each era. In 1946, the U.S. Mint introduced a new design for the dime, a design that would last for several decades and become one of the most iconic in American numismatics. The coin's obverse features the image of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, who had died in 1945. Roosevelt was chosen for this honor because of his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, and because of his role in founding the March of Dimes, a national organization dedicated to fighting polio, the disease that had greatly affected Roosevelt during his life. Roosevelt's portrait on the dime was created by sculptor John R. Sinek, and it was officially introduced in 1946. Roosevelt faces left on the coin's obverse, with the word "Liberty" above his head, the motto, "In God We Trust," to the left of his portrait, and the year of minting, 1960, stamped just below his neck. The image of Roosevelt on the dime became a symbol of resilience and strength, an appropriate reflection of both his personal story and the nation's post-war recovery. The reverse side of the 1960 dime, like all dimes minted after the design change in 1946, features a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch. The torch is a symbol of liberty, the olive branch represents peace, and the oak branch stands for strength. Surrounding these symbols are the words "United States of America" and "E pluribus unum," out of many, one. At the bottom of the reverse side, the denomination, 1 dime, is clearly marked, solidifying the coin's place in America's currency system. While the design of the 1960 dime remained true to its 1946 origins, it was also produced during a time of economic change in the U.S. The 1950s had been a period of rapid expansion and prosperity, but by the early 1960s, the country was facing new challenges. In the midst of a rapidly evolving world, the minting of the 1960 dime went largely unnoticed by the general public, but to collectors, it would become a coin of considerable interest. The coin's appeal was not necessarily rooted in its design, as much as it was in the production process, specifically a rare error that occurred during the minting of the 1960 dime. In the world of numismatics, errors and variations are often what give coins their value. For collectors, a minting error can make an otherwise common coin incredibly rare and valuable. The error in question involved a peculiar mistake that resulted in a variety of 1960 dimes, one that would go on to become one of the most highly sought-after versions of the coin. The error that made the 1960 dime special is known as the 1960 double die obverse variety. A double die coin occurs when a coin is struck twice with the same die, resulting in a slightly doubled image. This error can happen when the die used to strike the coin isn't properly aligned or when it struck multiple times in quick succession. In the case of the 1960 dime, the doubling occurred in the lettering of the word liberty and the motto, "In God We Trust," which appear slightly shifted, creating a distinctive, blurry effect. The doubling is subtle but visible to collectors with a keen eye for detail. This particular variety of the 1960 dime became extremely rare, and as such, it generated significant interest from collectors who sought to find one of these special coins. The coin's unique error, combined with the fact that only a small number of these double-die dimes were minted, meant that it quickly became a sought-after rarity, especially for those looking to add this particular variety to their collection. The appeal of the 1960 double-die dime lies not only in the rarity of the error but also in its historical context. The 1960 dime is a coin that reflects both the time period in which it was minted and the nature of American numismatics during the mid-20th century. In addition to the double-die error, the value of the 1961 dime coin was also affected by its condition. As with any coin, the preservation of its original state plays a major role in determining its value. The highest quality coins, those that have been well preserved and remain free of scratches, discoloration, or damage, are the most valuable. Coins that have been graded by reputable grading agencies such as the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, are considered to be more reliable investments for collectors, as these organizations provide an impartial assessment of a coin's condition. The 1960 double-die dime is one such coin that has been graded and evaluated by these organizations. Many of the most valuable examples of this error coin are graded in mint state, meaning they are in pristine, near-perfect condition. These coins can command a significant premium, especially when they are sold at auction or through specialized numismatic dealers. The coin's high value, combined with its rarity, has made it one of the most coveted dimes among collectors. In terms of financial worth, the 1960 double-die dime has seen a remarkable increase in value over the years. What was once a coin that might have been passed over in daily transactions or lost in pockets has now become a sought-after treasure. Some of the highest-grade examples of the 1960 double-die dime have sold for upwards of $166,000 in recent years, a price that far exceeds its original face value of just 10 cents. The value of this particular coin is a testament to the rarity of its error and the demand among collectors for unique and valuable coins. So, how did a seemingly simple dime come to command such an impressive price? The answer lies in the combination of rarity, design, and error. The 1960 double-die dime is a perfect example of how a small flaw in the minting process can have a major impact on the coin's value. What was once a common piece of currency, circulating freely in everyday life, is now a rare and valuable collector's item, coveted by those who appreciate its historical significance and unique characteristics. For collectors and investors alike, the 1960 double-die dime is a prime example of the excitement and potential rewards that come with the world of numismatics. The hunt for rare coins, the thrill of discovering something unique, and the potential for financial gain are all part of what makes coin collecting such a fascinating hobby. And for those who happen to own a high-grade example of the 1960 double-die dime, the coin is more than just a piece of currency, it's a valuable investment, a piece of history, and a reminder of how something as small and seemingly insignificant as a dime can, over time, become a treasure worth a small fortune. The 1960 double-die dime, valued at $166,000, serves as a testament to the enduring appeal of rare coins and the fascinating world of numismatics. It's a reminder that even the most unassuming coins can carry immense value, both financially and historically, and that the pursuit of rare and valuable coins will continue to captivate collectors for generations to come. In the heart of the 1970s, America was a country at a crossroads, caught between the echoes of the tumultuous 1960s and the onset of the more complex political and cultural landscape that would define the coming decades. The 1970s was a decade marked by shifting economic forces, social change, and the end of the Vietnam War, as well as the rise of a more consumer-oriented society. Amidst all of this change, however, the simple, everyday objects that people use to transact, coins, currency, and paper money, remained a steady constant in the lives of ordinary citizens. Among these coins, one of the most reliable and enduring symbols of American currency was the dime. A 10-cent piece that had been in circulation for over a century, the dime remained a staple of American commerce, from the bustling cities to the small towns. But what if I told you that one particular dime minted in 1977, a coin that many people casually spent without a second thought, would eventually go on to become one of the most valuable and sought-after coins in modern numismatics? This is the story of the 1977 USA 1 dime coin, a coin that, despite its relatively common appearance, holds a significant place in the world of coin collecting and has earned a reputation for its rarity and impressive value. If you're a collector or investor in the world of numismatics, you'll be fascinated by the journey of this particular dime, from its humble beginnings as a standard-issue coin to its current market value of an astounding $148,000. It's a testament to the timeless nature of American currency, and to the way that small, seemingly insignificant details can turn an ordinary coin into an extraordinary one. Let's take a deeper look at the 1977 dime, starting with the design that defines it. Like all dimes minted since 1946, the 1977 dime features a portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt's image on the dime is one of the most iconic in American numismatics, and it was chosen because of his leadership during both the Great Depression and World War II, as well as his role in founding the March of Dimes organization. Roosevelt, who passed away in 1945, became the face of the dime as a tribute to his enduring impact on American society and his fight against polio. The designer of Roosevelt's image on the dime was John R. Sinek, who created a profile of the president that reflects his dignity and resilience. Roosevelt faces left on the obverse of the coin, with the inscription "Liberty" above his head. Beneath his portrait, we find the date of minting, 1977, as well as the national motto, "In God We Trust," to the left. The simple yet powerful design of Roosevelt's face has become a symbol of the strength and determination that America stood for during the early and mid-20th century. Flipping the coin over to the reverse side, we encounter a classic design that has remained unchanged since the 1946 redesign. The reverse features a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch. These three symbols together represent the values of liberty, peace, and strength, concepts that are core to the American identity. Above these elements, the words "United States of America" are inscribed, along with the national motto "De pluribus unum, out of many, one." And at the bottom of the reverse side, the denomination "1 dime" is clearly marked, reinforcing the coin's value in the larger currency system. While the design of the 1977 dime closely mirrors that of other dimes minted after 1946, the true intrigue surrounding this coin lies in its production and the circumstances that led to it becoming a rare collector's item. In the world of numismatics, errors, variations, and unique features are what make a coin stand out, and it's these subtle differences that can often determine a coin's value. The 1977 dime is part of a particular category of rare coins, those that were struck with errors or peculiarities during the minting process. The process of striking coins involves placing a blank piece of metal, referred to as a planchet, into a press that stamps the design onto the coin. In some cases, the dies used in the minting process can become misaligned, or a planchet can be struck multiple times, resulting in an error that causes variations in the design or inscriptions. For coin collectors, these errors can be highly desirable, as they make the coin more unique and rarer than its regular counterparts. In the case of the 1977 dime, the error that made it so special is known as the 1977 double die obverse variety. A double die error occurs when a coin is struck multiple times by the same die, causing a subtle doubling of the design features. In the case of the 1977 dime, this doubling can be seen most clearly in the inscription of "Liberty" and the motto, "In God We Trust." The letters appear slightly doubled or blurred, giving the coin an unusual appearance that immediately catches the eye of anyone familiar with coin varieties. The doubling on the 1977 dime is not as dramatic as some other famous double die coins, but it is still a distinct feature that sets this coin apart from its regular counterparts. Collectors have long prized this particular variety of the 1977 dime, and over time, it has become a highly sought-after item in the numismatic world. What makes it particularly valuable is its rarity. Only a small number of these double die errors were produced, making it a coin that can be difficult to find, especially in high-quality condition. In addition to the double die error, the value of the 1977 dime is also influenced by its overall condition. As with any coin, the better the condition, the higher the value. Coins that are free from scratches, discoloration, or other signs of wear and tear are considered to be in mint state, which is the ideal condition for collectors. A 1977 dime that has been graded in mint state is far more valuable than one that shows signs of heavy circulation or damage. Professional grading agencies, such as the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC) and the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS), are responsible for evaluating and certifying the condition of coins. A high-grade example of the 1977 double die dime, particularly one that is graded in mint state 65 or higher, can command an impressive premium in the marketplace. The highest grade examples of this coin can fetch prices well into the six-figure range, with some examples selling for as much as $148,000 in recent years. This price is far beyond the face value of the coin, reflecting the rarity and desirability of this era variety. The 1977 double die dime is a perfect example of how a seemingly small flaw or variation in the minting process can result in a coin becoming a valuable collector's item. In the world of numismatics, errors are not seen as defects, but rather as rare and special features that make a coin more unique and interesting. For collectors, owning a high-grade 1977 double die dime is a symbol of success and a testament to their expertise in identifying valuable coins. The appeal of the 1977 dime is not limited to just its rarity and value, however. The coin holds a special place in the hearts of collectors because it represents a snapshot of a particular time in American history. The 1970s were a decade of transformation, and the 1977 dime serves as a tangible connection to that era, a reminder of the political and social changes that were taking place, as well as the everyday experiences of the American people. So, why does this particular coin, one that, at first glance, seems like just another dime, hold such immense value today? The answer lies in its rarity, its design, and the unique error that makes it stand out. The 1977 double die dime is a prime example of how something as seemingly ordinary as a coin can be imbued with extraordinary value over time. The combination of historical significance, design, and rarity makes this coin an essential piece for any serious collector, and for those fortunate enough to own a high-quality 1977 double die dime, the coin is more than just a piece of currency. It's a valuable investment, a piece of history, and a reminder of how small details can transform an ordinary object into an extraordinary one. Today, with a value of $148,000, the 1977 double die dime continues to captivate collectors and investors alike, proving that the world of numismatics is full of surprises, and that even the most unassuming coins can carry immense value in the right hands. In 1978, the United States was undergoing a period of recovery and transformation. The lingering effects of the 1970s, an era marked by economic instability, social change, and political turbulence, were starting to give way to a new sense of direction for the country. The economy was recovering from the recessions of the previous decade, and the American public was beginning to look toward the future with renewed optimism. Amidst this climate of change, the U.S. Mint continued its tradition of producing the coins that circulated through the hands of everyday Americans. The dime, a simple 10-cent coin that had been a staple of American currency for decades, was still very much a part of the national identity. And yet, unbeknownst to most people at the time, one particular 1978 dime would go on to captivate the attention of numismatists and coin collectors around the world, becoming a highly prized and valuable piece of American history. In this video, we'll dive deep into the story of the 1978 USA $1 coin, exploring its historical context, its design, and the factors that contributed to its eventual rise in value. But more importantly, we'll reveal the incredible value of this seemingly ordinary dime, currently estimated to be worth $142,000. Yes, you read that correctly, $142,000 for a single 1978 dime. So, how did this coin, which most people used without a second thought, become such a sought-after collector's item? Let's start with the historical backdrop of the 1978 dime. The 1970s were a decade marked by both upheaval and progress in the United States. The country had emerged from the Vietnam War, the civil rights movement had reshaped American society, and the Watergate scandal had rocked the political establishment. The decade was one of uncertainty, but also one of resilience, as Americans navigated through these challenges. During this period, the U.S. Mint continued to produce coins in various denominations to meet the needs of a growing economy. The dime, a 10-cent piece that had been in circulation since the early days of the nation's founding, remained an essential part of everyday transactions. Despite the political and economic changes happening around it, the dime retained its place in the pockets, wallets, and cash registers of Americans across the country. The design of the 1978 dime was unchanged from its introduction in 1946. Like the dimes minted for over 3 decades, the 1978 dime featured the image of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt's image was chosen for the dime in honor of his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, as well as his work in founding the March of Dimes, a charitable organization dedicated to fighting polio. Roosevelt's image, designed by artist John R. Sinek, depicted him in a profile view, with the inscription "Liberty" above his head and "In God We Trust" to the left. The coin also included the year of minting, 1978, and the familiar "De Pluribus Unum" motto, meaning, out of many, one. On the reverse side of the coin, the design featured a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch. These symbols represented the values of liberty, peace, and strength, and together they formed an emblem of the United States' core ideals. The reverse also included the words "United States of America" and "one dime," clearly indicating the coin's value. This simple and dignified design was typical of American coinage of the time, emphasizing both national unity and the enduring legacy of the nation's leaders. But while the design of the 1978 dime may have appeared standard, there was more to this coin than met the eye. Over time, collectors began to notice subtle differences in certain 1978 dimes that made them stand out from the rest. These differences were not part of the intended design but rather occurred as a result of irregularities or errors during the minting process. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 1978 dime, and one that would later contribute to its increased value, was the discovery of certain varieties in the coin's production. In the world of numismatics, a variety refers to a coin that is slightly different from the standard version, often due to errors or variations in the minting process. These errors are highly prized by collectors, as they represent rare and unique features that set a coin apart from the millions of other coins produced in the same year. For the 1978 dime, one such error occurred during the striking process, leading to the creation of a double die variety. A double die error occurs when a coin is struck twice by the same die, resulting in a slight doubling or misalignment of the coin's design. In the case of the 1978 dime, this error was most noticeable on the lettering of the word "Liberty" and the phrase, "In God We Trust." On these coins, the letters appear to be slightly doubled, giving the coin a unique and easily identifiable appearance. This double die variety was relatively rare, and only a limited number of these dimes were produced with this error. In addition to the double die error, another important factor that contributed to the increased value of the 1978 dime was its overall condition. As with any coin, the quality of the coin, how well it has been preserved over time, plays a significant role in determining its value. Coins that are free from scratches, wear, or discoloration are considered to be in mint state, and these coins command a premium in the collector's market. A well-preserved 1978 dime with a double die error in mint condition is especially valuable, as it represents a rare combination of both error and exceptional quality. Over time, as the 1978 double die dimes began to be identified and catalogued by collectors, their value started to rise. As more and more people became aware of this rare variety, demand for the coin increased, pushing its value higher. In recent years, high-grade examples of the 1978 double die dime have sold for impressive amounts at auction, with some coins fetching prices as high as $142,000. This price is far above the coin's original face value of just 10 cents, highlighting the significant premium that collectors are willing to pay for this rare and unique piece of American history. The story of the 1978 dime is a testament to the world of coin collecting and the fascinating ways in which seemingly ordinary objects can gain value over time. What makes this coin so special is not just its rarity, but also the way in which it represents the intersection of history, artistry, and the fine details of the minting process. The 1978 double die dime stands as a reminder that, in the world of numismatics, small errors or subtle differences can turn an ordinary coin into an extraordinary one. For collectors and investors, the 1978 double die dime has become a highly sought-after item, one that represents both a connection to America's past and an opportunity for financial gain. And for those fortunate enough to own one of these rare coins, it serves as a tangible reminder of how a single piece of currency can transcend its original purpose and become something far more valuable and meaningful. As you can see, the 1978 USA 1 dime coin is far more than just a 10-cent piece. Its historical significance, its design, and the unique error that makes it so desirable have all combined to elevate it into the realm of rare collectibles. Today, with a current value of $142,000, this dime stands as a shining example of how the world of coin collecting can turn an ordinary object into an extraordinary treasure. Whether you are an avid collector or simply someone fascinated by the world of numismatics, the story of the 1978 dime is a fascinating one that reminds us all that sometimes, the most valuable things are the ones that we least expect. The 1984 USA 1 dime coin might seem like just another small piece of currency to most people, but for collectors and numismatists, it holds much more significance. When we take a step back and look at the historical context in which the coin was minted, we see that it was more than just a tool of everyday transactions. It was a part of a unique moment in American history. From its design to its minting errors, the 1984 dime carries a story of its own, one that has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike. In this video, we will dive deep into the background, the production, and the thrilling journey that the 1984 dime has taken from its initial release to its stunning current value of $128,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. $128,000 for a single 1984 dime. Let's first take a look at the historical backdrop of 1984. It was a year that came after a series of turbulent decades in the United States, decades marked by economic challenges, political shifts, and cultural changes. The 1980s were a time of recovery and change. Ronald Reagan had been elected president, and his economic policies, known as Reaganomics, were designed to reduce the size of government, cut taxes, and increase military spending. The country was recovering from the 1970s economic recessions, and consumer confidence was on the rise. The year 1984, in particular, was marked by optimism. It was a time when personal freedom, new technological innovations, and a booming stock market were becoming more and more integral to the American identity. In the midst of these changes, the U.S. Mint continued its work producing coins for circulation. The dime, a 10-cent coin, had been a staple in American currency for over a century, and by 1984, it was still designed using the familiar features established in 1946. The 1984 dime, like its predecessors, bore the image of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt was chosen to be featured on the dime because of his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, as well as his involvement in founding the March of Dimes, a charitable organization dedicated to fighting polio. The design of the dime, created by artist John R. Sinek, showed Roosevelt in a profile view, with the words "Liberty" above his head, and the phrase, "In God We Trust," to the left. The year of minting, 1984, was displayed below Roosevelt's neck, and the coin also featured the Latin phrase, e pluribus unum, which means, out of many, one. The reverse of the coin featured a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. These elements were meant to represent the nation's core values, tying the dime to the ideals of America. While the 1984 dime may appear ordinary on the surface, it would become the subject of considerable interest in the numismatic world. Part of the reason for this interest stems from the idea that, while most coins are struck and distributed in large quantities without much fanfare, certain years and specific coins can become rare or even valuable due to subtle variations, errors in the minting process, or simply because of the coin's place in history. One key aspect of coin collecting is the discovery of minting errors. In the world of numismatics, errors are more than just flaws, they can make a coin extraordinarily valuable. A coin with a minting error can be one of only a few examples in existence, making it highly sought after by collectors. Over the years, certain 1984 dimes were discovered to have particular characteristics that set them apart from others, and these coins have become prized in the world of numismatics. One of the most significant errors associated with the 1984 dime was a double die error. A double die error occurs when a coin is struck more than once by the same die, causing the image on the coin to appear doubled or misaligned. This error was particularly noticeable on the inscriptions, "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," where the letters were slightly doubled, making them stand out from the typical design. This kind of minting error is rare, and it can result in a dramatic increase in the coin's value. In the case of the 1984 dime, this double die variety became one of the most sought-after versions of the coin. Collectors and investors who were in tune with the world of numismatics soon began to realize that these 1984 dimes with double die errors were not just rarities, they were valuable. A single dime, which originally held a face value of just 10 cents, could now fetch hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars depending on the condition of the coin and the severity of the error. To understand how these errors add to a coin's value, we need to talk about the condition of the coin. In the numismatic world, the condition of a coin is assessed using a grading scale, with coins receiving grades from poor to mint state. A coin in mint state is one that has been well preserved and is free from significant wear, scratches, or discoloration. Coins in mint state are highly coveted by collectors because they represent the coin in its original, pristine condition. The 1984 dime, in particular, became highly valuable when it was found in top-quality condition. When these double die errors appeared on coins in mint state, they became the centerpiece of many collections. These high-quality, error-filled dimes were soon sought after by numismatists and investors who knew that they represented a rare opportunity to acquire a piece of history. The combination of rarity, the minting error, and excellent condition led to the increase in the coin's value. The surge in the coin's value was also fueled by the broader trend of coin collecting and investment. As more people became interested in coins, both as a hobby and as an investment opportunity, the market for rare and valuable coins grew. The 1984 dime, with its unique error and high-quality examples, quickly gained a reputation as one of the most valuable dimes of the era. At its peak, collectors were willing to pay incredible sums for a pristine example of the 1984 double-die dime. Some of the highest-graded examples have been known to sell for as much as $128,000. This value places the 1984 dime firmly among the ranks of the most valuable coins in American history. What is particularly fascinating about the 1984 dime is that, despite its modest appearance, it represents the intersection of history, art, and chance. The coin's design, which honors Franklin D. Roosevelt and reflects the values of the United States, serves as a reminder of the nation's past. Meanwhile, the error that occurred during the minting process adds an element of randomness and rarity that makes it highly desirable to collectors. It is a combination of factors, historical significance, design, rarity, and condition, that has led to the remarkable value of the 1984 dime. For collectors, finding a 1984 dime with the double die error in mint condition is like finding a hidden treasure. As with many rare coins, the hunt for these dimes is a thrilling part of the collecting process. Some collectors spend years scouring coin shops, attending auctions, and searching through rolls of coins, all in the hopes of finding that elusive 1984 double die dime. For investors, the 1984 dime represents a unique opportunity to invest in something that is both historically significant and financially rewarding. With a current market value of $128,000 for high-grade examples, it is clear that this dime has become much more than just a 10-cent piece. It is a valuable asset, one that can appreciate over time as it becomes more and more difficult to find in good condition. The story of the 1984 USA 1 dime coin is a perfect example of how the world of numismatics can take a seemingly ordinary coin and transform it into something extraordinary. From its design to its minting errors to its current market value, this coin has captured the imaginations of collectors and investors around the world. And as we continue to look back on its journey from 1984 to its current value of $128,000, we are reminded that sometimes the most valuable things in life are the ones that start out looking completely ordinary. The 1988 USA 1 dime coin is more than just a small piece of currency. It's a fascinating symbol of American history and a remarkable collector's item. The humble dime, with its 10-cent face value, may not seem like it would have much appeal to most people. But for coin collectors and numismatists, coins like the 1988 dime hold much more value, not just for their history but also for the subtle details that can make them rare, valuable, and highly coveted. To fully appreciate the significance of the 1988 dime, we need to understand the historical context surrounding its production. The 1980s was a transformative decade in the United States. In the years leading up to 1988, the country had undergone major political, economic, and social changes. Ronald Reagan had just completed his first term as president and was running for re-election in 1984. The American economy was recovering from the stagflation of the 1970s, and the United States was entering a period of relative economic growth, often referred to as the Reagan era. In this period of economic recovery, the U.S. Mint was busy at work producing the nation's currency. The dime, which had been in circulation since the late 19th century, continued to be a vital part of everyday life. By the time 1988 rolled around, the design of the dime had been fairly stable for over 4 decades. This was due to the fact that the reverse and obverse designs of the dime had remained largely unchanged since 1946, when President Franklin D. Roosevelt's image was first placed on the coin. Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, was a figure of immense historical importance. His leadership during the Great Depression and World War II had shaped the course of the nation's history. Roosevelt's image was chosen to appear on the dime because of his role in founding the March of Dimes, a charitable organization that fought polio. This design was created by artist John R. Sinek and features a left-facing profile of Roosevelt's head. The coin also bears the word "Liberty" above Roosevelt's head, "In God We Trust" to his left, and the year of minting, 1988, under his neck. The reverse of the dime showcases a simple yet powerful design, with a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch. These elements represent liberty, peace, and strength, and together, they capture the essence of the American spirit. The torch represents enlightenment, while the olive branch symbolizes peace and the oak branch symbolizes strength and endurance. This reverse design has been a staple of the dime since 1946, contributing to the coin's enduring appeal, but while the design remained largely unchanged in 1988, there were still subtle elements that set this particular coin apart. While the 1988 dime is generally considered a regular issue, with no significant design changes or new features, it is important to remember that every coin is unique. Subtle differences in the way a coin is struck, the quality of the minting process, and even the materials used can all affect its value. In the case of the 1988 dime, certain examples have become highly prized by collectors because of their rarity, condition, and, in some cases, errors that occurred during the minting process. One of the most appealing aspects of coin collecting is the hunt for minting errors, those subtle imperfections or mistakes that make a particular coin stand out from the rest. While the 1988 dime doesn't feature the same types of dramatic errors seen in other years, it has still become a coin of interest to collectors due to variations in its production. For example, some 1988 dimes have been found with slight misalignments, doubled images, or other minor imperfections that can increase their value. These types of variations, while often small, can be the difference between a dime that is worth only its face value and one that commands a premium in the market. When it comes to collecting coins, the condition of the coin is also a crucial factor in determining its value. Coins that are in excellent condition, meaning they have no signs of heavy wear, scratches, or discoloration, are far more valuable than those that show signs of heavy use. For the 1988 dime, coins that were struck with sharp, clear details and little to no wear are highly sought after by collectors. The higher the quality, the more valuable the coin becomes. Dimes in mint state condition, which are coins that have been preserved without any significant damage, are particularly prized. The appeal of the 1988 dime to collectors is not just about rarity or errors, though. It's also about its place in American history and the symbolism behind the design. The presence of Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse and the elements of the reverse design reflect the nation's values: liberty, peace, and strength. These elements resonate with many collectors who see these coins as representations of American ideals. Furthermore, the 1988 dime serves as a link to a specific moment in history, both in terms of its design and its production. While the 1988 dime may seem ordinary to most people, it represents a snapshot of a particular time in American history, making it all the more appealing to collectors. Over time, as the interest in coin collecting has grown, the value of certain coins has increased dramatically. In the case of the 1988 dime, its value has been steadily rising, especially for high-quality examples and those with minting errors. The combination of historical significance, design, rarity, and condition has led to a surge in demand for this coin. As a result, some 1988 dimes, particularly those in mint state condition or those with minting errors, have sold for far more than their face value. In fact, in recent years, the value of a high-quality 1988 dime has skyrocketed, with some coins now commanding as much as $120,000 at auction. This staggering figure may seem hard to believe, especially considering that the original face value of the coin is just 10 cents. But this is the world of numismatics, where rarity, historical significance, and condition can turn a humble coin into a valuable asset. The surge in value for the 1988 dime is a perfect example of how coin collecting and investing can be both thrilling and financially rewarding. For collectors, the hunt for rare or unique coins is an exciting pursuit. For investors, coins like the 1988 dime represent an opportunity to own a piece of American history that can appreciate in value over time. So, what makes the 1988 dime worth such a staggering amount? It comes down to several factors. First, its design and historical significance. The image of Franklin D. Roosevelt is forever tied to the legacy of one of the most influential presidents in U.S. history. The torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse reflect the core values of the United States. These elements alone make the 1988 dime a meaningful and collectible piece of currency. Second, the rarity and condition of the coin play a crucial role. While many 1988 dimes are in circulation, those that are in mint state or that feature minting errors are much more rare and thus far more valuable. The combination of these factors has led to the 1988 dime's remarkable rise in value, and as we have seen, certain examples of this coin can now fetch as much as $120,000 for collectors and investors alike. The 1988 dime is a prime example of how a coin's value can go far beyond its face value. What was once a mere 10-cent piece has become a valuable collector's item, with some coins fetching incredible prices in the market. The journey of the 1988 dime from a coin in everyday circulation to a highly sought-after collector's item is a testament to the world of numismatics and the incredible stories that coins can tell. So, the next time you come across a 1988 dime, remember that it might just be worth more than you think. It's a coin that reflects both the past and the present, and with a bit of luck, it could turn into a valuable treasure worth $120,000 or more. The 1988 dime is a true example of how history, art, and chance can come together to create something extraordinary. The 2004 USA 1 dime coin, though it might seem like just another small piece of currency at first glance, is actually a captivating subject for collectors, historians, and numismatists alike. A 10-cent coin, despite its modest size and value, has a significant place in American history and coinage. Whether you're an avid coin collector or a newcomer to the hobby, understanding the story behind this particular dime offers a deeper appreciation for its design, its minting process, and, most importantly, the impressive value it holds today. The historical context of the 2004 dime, like any coin, is crucial to understanding why it became so desirable to collectors. At the dawn of the 21st century, America was navigating a rapidly changing landscape, economically, politically, and socially. The United States had just experienced the challenges of the year 2000, including the infamous dot-com bubble and the subsequent burst of the technology-driven economy. The 2004 coin was minted during the presidency of George W. Bush, who had been elected in 2000 and was entering the final years of his first term. This was a time of great global and domestic challenges, including the aftermath of the September 11th attacks in 2001, ongoing military operations in the Middle East, and rising concerns over the national economy. Amidst these global and domestic changes, the United States Mint continued its mission of producing coins that reflected both the nation's history and its present. The dime, a coin in circulation for over 150 years at this point, was no exception. The design of the 2004 dime was rooted in a long tradition of American coinage. However, it also marked a subtle yet significant point in the evolution of the dime's appearance. The design of the 2004 dime, like all dimes produced since 1946, featured the image of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt's image was first placed on the dime shortly after his death, as a tribute to his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. Roosevelt's face, left-facing and solemn, has become an enduring image that is recognized by most Americans. Created by the engraver John R. Sinek, the design depicts Roosevelt's features with meticulous detail. His strong jawline, furrowed brow, and steady gaze are all captured in the classic profile. The obverse, or front side of the coin, also features the words "Liberty" above Roosevelt's head, and "In God We Trust" inscribed to his left. The reverse of the coin, which is the back side, holds a simple yet powerful design that has remained unchanged since the mid-20th century. On the reverse, a torch is flanked by an olive branch on one side and an oak branch on the other. The torch represents liberty and enlightenment, while the olive branch symbolizes peace, and the oak branch represents strength and endurance. These symbols reflect the core values of the United States and have been a hallmark of American coins for many decades. The 2004 dime, with its familiar design elements, remained true to this symbolism while also marking a key moment in U.S. history. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 2004 dime is its minting details. The United States Mint is responsible for producing coins that are used in everyday circulation, but also for creating coins that serve as collector's items, including proof and uncirculated coins. The standard dimes produced in 2004 were struck at the U.S. Mint's facilities in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. In this particular year, the U.S. Mint continued to produce dimes using a combination of copper and nickel. This alloy composition has been a standard for U.S. coins since the mid-20th century, offering a durable and cost-effective material that allows the coins to withstand daily wear and tear. It's also important to note the production process itself. The U.S. Mint uses sophisticated machinery to strike coins with great precision, ensuring that each coin features the intricate details of its design. During the minting process, a blank metal disc, known as a planchet, is fed into the press, where it is stamped with the obverse and reverse designs. The quality of the strike is crucial to a coin's overall appearance and, ultimately, its value. While most coins are produced in vast quantities and distributed into circulation, some are set aside as uncirculated or proof coins. These coins are often in better condition, with sharper details and fewer blemishes, making them particularly desirable to collectors. One of the most striking features of the 2004 dime is its widespread availability in circulation. Unlike certain rare coins that are produced in limited numbers, the 2004 dime was produced in large quantities to meet the demands of a growing economy. The total number of 2004 dimes minted was in the billions, making the coin widely accessible to the public. However, this very abundance of coins does not diminish the 2004 dime's appeal. It is precisely because of the demand for the coin that it continues to be a focal point for collectors. What sets the 2004 dime apart from other coins in its class is the specific condition of the coin. While many 2004 dimes are still in circulation, others have been preserved in pristine condition by collectors. The most valuable examples of the 2004 dime are those that have been preserved in mint state, meaning that they have not been subjected to the typical wear and tear that coins experience in daily use. These high-quality dimes, particularly those with sharp, clear details and no signs of damage, are worth far more than their face value. In addition to the well-maintained mint state coins, another key factor that can drive up the value of a 2004 dime is the presence of any minting errors. Minting errors occur when a coin is struck improperly, resulting in a coin that has imperfections or anomalies. These errors can be anything from slight misalignments to more dramatic flaws, such as double strikes or off-center impressions. While the 2004 dime is not particularly known for having a large number of notable errors, collectors are always on the lookout for examples that feature rare or unusual variations. For example, there have been instances where a 2004 dime was found with a double die, where part of the design appears twice due to a misalignment during the minting process. These types of errors can dramatically increase a coin's value, as they make the coin unique and highly sought after by collectors. While not every 2004 dime will feature such an error, it is these rare variations that can turn a seemingly ordinary coin into a valuable piece of history. The 2004 dime also has a particular collector appeal because of its place in the broader context of American coinage. It marks a specific moment in time, not only because it was minted during the presidency of George W. Bush, but also because it reflects the continuity of U.S. coinage over decades. Roosevelt's image on the dime has become iconic, and the symbolism of liberty, peace, and strength continues to resonate with collectors and historians alike. Now, let's fast forward to the present and take a look at the remarkable value of the 2004 dime. While most people still think of a dime as a mere 10-cent piece, some of the rarest and highest quality 2004 dimes have been known to fetch staggering prices in the collector's market. The value of a well-preserved 2004 dime can vary depending on several factors, including its mint state condition, rarity, and any potential minting errors. Today, some 2004 dimes have sold for as much as $102,000 at auction, a truly extraordinary figure given the coin's original 10-cent face value. What makes this particular dime so valuable? The combination of its exceptional condition, potential minting errors, and historical significance contributes to its rise in price. Collectors and investors are always on the lookout for coins that have the potential for appreciation, and the 2004 dime has certainly proven to be one of those coins. In a world where the value of most currency rarely exceeds its face value, the 2004 dime stands as a testament to the fascinating world of numismatics, where a small piece of metal can be transformed into a highly valuable asset. So, if you ever come across a 2004 dime in your collection or while going through loose change, don't just dismiss it as a low-value coin. It might just be worth far more than you realize. Whether it's in perfect condition, has a rare minting error, or simply embodies the spirit of American coinage, the 2004 dime has proven itself to be a true gem in the world of coin collecting. And with some of these coins now fetching prices as high as $102,000, the 2004 dime is undoubtedly a valuable treasure in the numismatic world.